midnight game is an old pagan ritual used mainly as punishment for those who have broken the law of the pagan religion in question. While it is mainly used as a scare tactic to not disobey the gods, there is still a very existent chance of death to those who play the midnight game, and there is an even higher chance of permanent mental scarring. It is highly recommended that you do not play the midnight game. But for those of you thrill seekers searching for a rush, or for those delving into obscure occult rituals, these are simple instructions on how to play. Do so at your own risk. It must be exactly 12 a.m. when you begin performing the ritual, otherwise it will not work. Materials required include a candle, a wooden door, at least one drop of your own blood, a piece of paper, matches or a lighter, and salt. If you're playing with multiple people, they will need their own of the aforementioned materials, and will have to perform the steps below accordingly. Step 1. Write your full name, first, middle, and last, on a piece of paper, and put at least one drop of blood on the paper. Allow it to soak in. Step 2. Turn off all the lights in the house. Go to the wooden door. It has to be wooden. And place the paper with your name on it in front of the door. Now take the candle and light it. Place it on top of the paper with your name on it. Step 3. Knock on the door 22 times. The hour must be 12 a.m. upon the final knock. Then open the door. Blow out the candle and close the door. You have just allowed the Midnight Man to enter your house. Step 4. Immediately relight your candle. This is where the game begins. You must now lurk around your now completely dark house with a lit candle in your hand. Your goal is to avoid the Midnight Man at all costs until 3:33 a.m. Should your candle ever go out, that means the Midnight Man is near you. You must relight your candle in the next 10 seconds. If you're not successful in doing so, you must then immediately surround yourself with a circle of salt. If you are unsuccessful in both your actions, the Midnight Man will create a hallucination of your greatest fear and rip your organs out one by one. You'll feel it, but be unable to react. If you're successful in relighting the candle, you may proceed. If you're successful in creating the circle of salt, you must remain in there until 3:33 a.m. You must continue to 3:33 a.m. without being attacked by the Midnight Man or being trapped inside the circle of salt to win the midnight game. The Midnight Man will then leave your house at 3:33 a.m. and you will be safe to proceed with your morning. Indications that you're near the Midnight Man include sudden drop in temperature, seeing a pure black humanoid figure throughout the dark, and very soft whispering coming from an indiscernible source. If you experience any of these, it is advised that you leave the area to avoid the Midnight Man. Do not turn on any lights during the midnight game. Do not use a flashlight during the midnight game. Do not go to sleep during the midnight game. Do not attempt to use another person's blood on your name. Do not use a lighter as a substitute for a candle. It will not work. And definitely, do not attempt to provoke the Midnight Man in any way. Even when the game is over, he will always be watching you. Good luck. You're going to need it.